What's up, guys? Welcome to Demo with Mo. I'm your host, Monique Simmons. We'll be discussing dating, engaged, and married objectives from a young Christian's perspective. Are you guys ready? Let's dive in.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Demo with Mo. I am your host, Monique Simmons. Today's episode is very, very special. Today is going to be a celebration to my husband and I's 12th year wedding anniversary. We just celebrated our anniversary this past weekend. We did some fun things that we're going to kind of dive into on the episode today. So I thought it would only be right if I wanted to talk about my anniversary and share what we did with you guys, that I would invite my husband on. So I invited my husband, Corey, to come on and talk about marriage and what our last 12 years have been like together, and it's areas where we could grow and all type of things. And I thought it would just be so much fun to not only talk about our anniversary and our marriage with just me, but to invite him to come on and have this conversation with me. So I really hope you guys enjoy today's episode. If there are episodes that you have not heard yet, if this is your first time here at Demo with Mo, check out my website at www.demowithmo.com. And also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Demo with Mo. We have a private group on Facebook called Dating, Engaged, and Married Objectives. If you are in a relationship, if you are married, if you are dating, come on over to Dating, Engaged, and Married Objectives on Facebook and join us in that group where we have a great time every day. But I won't hold you guys up any longer. Let's dive into today's episode.
Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, I can't live without you. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh, I can't breathe without your love. Your love.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Monique, the host of Demo with Mo. Welcome to a new episode. Today is a special one. My husband and I just celebrated our 12th year wedding anniversary, and we celebrated by going on a road trip. And I wanted to give you guys an overview of everything that we did and all the excitement and fun that we had. And I thought that it would only be right, if I'm going to discuss it, to invite him on to talk about it with me. So today I have none other than my husband, my best friend, Mr. Corey Simmons. Welcome, Mr. Simmons.
All right, what's going on?
So we just celebrated our anniversary on June 13th, and we celebrated by doing a road trip. When I first brought the idea to you, how did you feel about it?
All I thought about how much money we're going to spend in gas, just driving, and then stopping at the destination. The gas high right now. So overall, it was, I could say it was a good experience. So.
Okay. I figured you would feel that way about the gas. So to give you guys a little background of what we decided to do, because we were going back and forth a lot about what we wanted to do for our anniversary. I ended up not being able to get off of work. So we had something planned, and that fell through because I couldn't get off of work. So we decided to take a no destination road trip. I am more of the spontaneous one in a relationship where I can just jump out and do something. My husband likes to have a plan. So when I brought the idea to him, I was not sure how he would feel about it. So my plan was we would leave on Friday. We would stay in one state on Friday. And then that next morning, we would drive over to another state. But the only thing about it was, the catch was, you could not plan in advance. We use this app called, and it's a free app. You guys should try it out. They are not sponsoring the podcast, but we use this app called Spin the Wheel. In whatever direction that it told us to drive in, that would be the destination we would go in. And we ended up driving east. So the way it would work, once we got our directions, we would go in, we would get on the road, and we would book our hotel, find our restaurants, activities, all of that jazz. We would do it on the road. We cannot plan anything in advance. So, baby, I brought the idea to you, told you what we would do. Besides the spending money part, how did you feel about not having or making any plans in advance?
Where we were gonna be staying at, and what destination when you get tired of driving, what our first destination gonna be, place to eat and stuff like that. I was just going along with it. But that's something that you wanted to do.
Okay. And I appreciate you for doing it for me because I know that was a big compromise for you. So now that we've done it, because I had an amazing time, I want to know, how did you feel about it? How was the experience? What were the good things? What were the negative things?
The good thing was the first thing in Birmingham was the hotel. I mean, there was no traffic. Food wasn't that good in Birmingham, but Birmingham was on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 7 to me.
Okay. So the first night, Friday, which is what Corey is referencing about Alabama, we stayed at this hotel called the Kelly downtown in Birmingham. It was absolutely beautiful. The area was nice. The service was great. The room was amazing. I highly recommend it. We ended up going to Texas Day Brazil. We had reservations there for dinner. And then the following day, we drove to Atlanta and we stayed in this city called Roswell outside of Atlanta. Okay, babe. So how was the experience in Atlanta?
Atlanta was pretty good. Besides the traffic, everything else was good. The food was good. The activities we did was good. I thought we did track in Birmingham, but we did that in Atlanta and Georgia.
Yes,
that was pretty good.
Yes, the trail was in Roswell, Georgia. And I want to encourage you guys, if you ever get the chance, if you love nature, it was absolutely beautiful. And even if you don't love nature, I think everyone should experience this place at least one time. It's called Old Park Mill in Roswell, Georgia. They had a waterfall. We walked the trail. We ended up going in the wrong direction. We ran into another couple who pointed us in the right direction. And at this time, we had already been walking for over an hour, but it was a beautiful experience. We had to end up walking through the creek. My husband's clothes got wet. I dropped the earring in the creek. We were sliding across slippery rocks. It was just a fun experience. It's one of those things you could check off your bucket list. Like, you need to experience this at least one time. Okay, so was there anything in Atlanta that you did not like?
The only thing I didn't like in Atlanta was the service at the food restaurant. The food was good, but the service was bad. And the service was bad at the hotel as well. But other than that, Atlanta was good. Besides the traffic, a lot of traffic. A lot of people stay in Atlanta. There's a lot of traffic, but Atlanta was a good experience overall. I haven't been there maybe about 20 years, but it was a good experience.
All right. Well, that's an overview of our anniversary road trip. And if you've never done a spontaneous, no destination road trip, I encourage you to try it out.
I forgot about the zip line and rock climbing and stuff. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was one of my favorite things when we went to Atlanta. We went to this place in a city outside of Atlanta. It was called the Complex Center. And I could be saying their name wrong, but I'll make sure I attach it in my show notes. If you want to go back and see all of the activities that we did, I'll make sure that they are listed in our show notes. But it was like this inside park. They had games, activities, arcades, adventures, like anything you could think of, they had it. I did zip lining. That was on my bucket list, something I've always wanted to do. Amazing experience. We did rock climbing. My husband did very well at the rock climbing. I was not good at that at all. I didn't realize how much afraid of heights I was. But I found out when we went there. But my husband did great at it. Was that your favorite part at the Complex Center?
Yeah. Okay. And then we had it to ourselves. That was real good.
Okay, so yes, that was our last thing we did before we got on the road. So we went there Sunday, and it was like right at 12 because we went to breakfast before. And we got there around 12 o'clock, and we had that whole place to ourselves. People did not start coming in until maybe 10 minutes before we left. But we had so much fun. And I really enjoyed hanging out with you, Mr. Simmons. Did you enjoy hanging out with me?
Of course. He's one of my best friends.
Who else your best friend?
I was just playing, man.
Okay. So I'm gonna jump right into the questions that I have prepared for you. The first one is, what is one thing I did that made you feel loved this week? Because we know that we just celebrated our anniversary. So is there anything that you can think of that I did specifically for you that made you feel loved?
Besides the matching outfit, you tried to get anywhere?
You think you're so funny.
Nah, just spending time with you and you being all up under me, cuddling up and stuff like that. Being together without the kids. It's been a long time since we've been without our kids. Just spending that a long time like we used to. That brought back loving memories of times we had to ourselves.
Okay. And I would say something that you did that made me feel loved this week for our anniversary, because we celebrated together out of town. That was our gift to one another, the trip. But how you, on our anniversary, you got all of my favorites, my favorite wine, my favorite candy. I just thought that really made me feel good. Like I really appreciated you putting the thought in to do that, to give me my favorite things. And it's practical. And you know, I love my wine and you know, I love my candy. So, okay. If we had unlimited funds for a vacation, where would you want to go and what would you want us to do? Like if money was not an issue, we had the money, where would you want us to go for vacation?
Somewhere out the country. It definitely be somewhere out the country. I know both of us ain't never been out the country before. And plus, we'll stay a month at a time. And just do the things we want to do without even have to think about budgeting or thinking about money, how much money you got to spend, and thinking about can we spend this, can we spend that, and that'll be a good thing.
Do you have any place in mind, though, that you want to go?
Jamaica.
Okay. I would love to go to Jamaica.
Cancun.
Okay.
All the rich people go to Dubai.
Okay, Dubai. Okay. I would Paris.
Paris is romantic. That's a romantic place.
Okay, so Paris for you. I would want to go to Jamaica, or I would want to go to Bora Bora. Like those are two places that I would want to go if money was not an issue. Like if we could just go and the funds were unlimited, those are the two places I would definitely want to go to. Okay. What is your favorite memory from early days of our relationship? And for those who have not been listening to the podcast, or maybe this is your first episode, or maybe you missed the episode where I talked about this, my husband and I have been dating since high school. We started dating our senior year in high school, even though he had been trying to get with me since middle school when we met, but we didn't start actually. Hold up. So you weren't trying to get with me since middle school?
No, I don't know about all that. You stop telling people that. I don't know about all
that. We know the truth. So we started dating our senior year in high school. So if you had to think back to all of those years ago, what is your favorite memory from our early days of dating and being in a relationship?
Being without the kids. Just spending time together, just being together. I don't have to worry about another human being. Just spending time together, going out of town, just enjoying each other, company.
Okay, minus the kids.
Yeah, minus the kids.
Okay. And I think, honestly, I've heard a lot of men and a lot of husbands say that they miss their wife or their partner or girlfriend before the kids. Like, because it was just you guys. You didn't have to share me with anybody. It was just me and you. Okay. That would actually be one of my favorite memories as well. How we used to just hang out because we did everything together. Like we were legit friends because we were friends for... How long were we friends before we actually started dating? 2 years?
We was associates. I want your friend. You turned me down, so I can't be nobody's friend that turned me down.
Oh, so now I turned you down, but you just said a few minutes ago that you weren't trying to holler at me.
It wasn't one time. It's fine. That's one time. You talking like it was like 100 times.
OMG, y'all. Okay, so that would be my favorite memory as well. Corey and I really got to know one another from basketball in high school, and we just built a very close relationship. And I just really enjoyed us just hanging out together when it was just us without the kids. Like we literally did everything together. Okay, what is something God has taught you in this last year?
He taught me how to be patient, because I think before I react. I think before I say anything now. And having a forgiving heart. Because usually some people do something to me, I get upset, hold a grudge, or I do something to them. The thug in me.
Don't you tell nobody else you got no thug in you. And for those of you who don't know my husband, or you did not hear our last episode with our New Year's resolutions for 2022 as a couple, he loves to clown. He loves to make jokes. One thing that God has taught me this year, been trying to teach me, but one of the things that I grasped this year is learning to enjoy the moments. Because I can get so busy with checking things off the list and making sure things get done that I forget to enjoy the actual moments. I'm so busy planning the next thing that I'll pass right on through everything that we're experiencing right now. So I really don't put a lot on my plate so that I can actually enjoy all that's going on around me. And that's my marriage and raising my children and all of the things that we're doing, just really taking the time to enjoy the moment. Okay, next question is, what is one way that you have seen me grow as a person since we have been together?
Your heart, that's the biggest part of you. Your heart has grown bigger and bigger. You had a heart back in the day, but you had an attitude probably got you all booze and stuff. But your heart for people, you really caring person. And I can see that it grow every year. Every year, God's working in your life. And you'll do anything for people. Even if people do something to you, you'll look at it from their perspective and then your perspective and then God's perspective of it. And then you'll bring that thing together and you'll work it out. And then knowing time people, they get into it, they won't even talk no more. But some way you find a way to make them talk to you again and y'all be all right. So that's one way. It depends on what they do. But you don't look at it like that. You just look at it like how he look at it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I would say for you, I want to ditto what you said earlier about you becoming more forgiving. You're not quick to forgive, but I remember a time where you would not forgive at all. Forget the quick to forgive. You just would not forgive and you would not care anything about it. But now you are actively trying to forgive those people in your life who have wronged you, whether that's from childhood or even simple things that happen now as an adult man. And I really admire that about you with putting the effort in, because we have 3 little human beings watching us and they see what we do. And I know that they are going to one day emulate those things. So it's beautiful to see you actually putting in the work now to forgive and try to make relationships right so that they're able to see that and can learn that from you as well. So, okay, what would you say is my greatest strength?
Just make a thing straight, make a thing work. So I don't know what it is about women. It's like they can make anything happen out of nothing. And make the money straight, make the food straight, make anything straight. The woman make it happen, man. When God made woman, they got just a special technique they have, special powers they have. And I think you got that power. I've seen it with my own eyes. How do you make that money last that long? And groceries, all that.
Yeah. I would say your greatest strength is how hardworking you are. Like, you work a lot. You work a lot. You coach. You are a hands-on father. And I know you be tired, and you remind me of that you are tired a lot. But you keep going, and you've been like that all 12 years of our marriage. So it is good to see that my children have a father that's a hard worker, and that I have a husband and a man that does not mind getting out, working and providing and making it happen. Like you said, how I make it stretch. I mean, you bring in what I need to make it stretch, and I appreciate you for that. Okay, what is your favorite way for me to demonstrate that I love you? What do I do that makes you feel loved?
Late at night, and girls go to sleep, and the boys go to bed.
Yeah, he is so crazy. This is my life all day, every day. I just want you guys to know that you're getting a peek at my life every day. So what's your favorite way for me to really make you feel loved? Seriously.
I don't know the way you take care of me. You fix my plate. I mean, you do all the things that a man wants. Come home to a clean house, take care of the kids. You rub my back. That's my favorite thing. Feed me.
Okay, so your favorite, I heard all of that, but if you had to pick one way that I should demonstrate, man, it's something specifically that I do just for you, not the children, not necessarily the home, but something that I do for Corey that make him feel loved. Out of all of the things I heard, the one thing that I heard that is specifically for you and not for anybody else is when I rub your back.
Yeah, rub my back, yeah. Hugging me when I need a hug, you know what I'm saying, from work. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what's going on, but you give me a hug. That brightens up my day when I come home. That's my medicine when I come home, when I be sick from work. Tired of work.
Okay. It's so sweet. All right. So for you, my favorite way that you demonstrate your love for me, this is going to sound crazy to some people, but if you know, you know. I have my family, my husband and my children like to call it an addiction, but I don't agree with that. But I love ice. I love all textures, all varieties from all different places. I just love ice. My husband, every day during his work week, he comes home with a cup of ice. Legit. He can go to a Sonic's, he can go to the gas station, wherever he goes, he's gonna bring me a cup of ice home every day. It's something so simple that it costs $1 at most. It means so much to me that he thought about me on his way home, even though they call it an addiction and they really want me to stop eating the ice. But for him to even consider me and think about me every day as he comes home from a hard day at work, which I know is stressful for him right now, and to bring me home a cup of ice, that really makes me feel love. Like I legit feel love, Mr. Simmons. Okay, what is one way you would like to see us grow as a couple this year? Here's almost over with, and we talked about our resolutions at the beginning of the year, but how would you like to see us grow as a couple together this year?
Communicate more. I mean, no, that ain't saying that we don't communicate, just communicate more as a team instead of me being on one side of doing this and then you on the other side doing that. I think as we communicate more and become a team, more of a team, I think we can benefit our family more, and then we can see that growth that we want.
I love that. I agree with that. I really, really agree with that. I agree with that. The only thing I would add for me, how I want to see us grow within the next year, I would love for us to be better with our budgeting and saving. Like I would love to I know you don't like strict budgets, but I would love for us to designate money to go like to specific areas and kind of stick to that. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I can be down with that.
Okay. So my last question before I let you go, and I do want to say how much I appreciate you for coming and doing this interview with me today. I know you have a busy day ahead of you. How would you like to celebrate our anniversary next year?
Oh, for a whole week out of the country, from Friday all the way to the next Sunday.
You gonna leave your precious babies for a whole week?
Nah, they gonna come with us.
Hold up, what?
Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, we can't stay that long. Ain't nobody gonna keep the kids that long, but at least Friday to Monday, at least 4 days.
Okay, and let me ask you this.
Drive.
You want to do what instead of driving?
Fly.
Okay. Now, I'm down with the flying instead of driving, but let me ask you this, because this is something that I've wanted to do, especially now that Zoe, for those of you who don't know, our youngest daughter, she just turned 2. Happy birthday, Zoe. It's mommy's baby. But now that she's older now, what do you think about next year for our anniversary? If we did take the kids with us, but bring a babysitter, would that be something that you're open to?
It depends on how much I trust the babysitter, and the babysitter gonna pay her own way down there.
Why would the babysitter pay her own way? What? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Nah, I'm just playing though. Yeah, we can look into it, because that's something that we have to test out before the anniversary come about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's something that we have to test out and build trust with her, okay, to get out of town. So anything can happen out of town.
But I'm not talking about them leaving us. I'm talking about maybe getting a big house where they're there, or getting like conjoined hotel rooms where we have access to them. I'm not saying leave, someone with the kids. I
definitely have to get a house. I won't do no hotel. I'll definitely be like a house thing.
Okay, I'm with it. So we'll talk about it more. But again, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you enjoyed our anniversary, because I really did. And I am grateful that I've shared these last 12 years of marriage with you, and that you gave me 3 beautiful babies and all of the things. Like I legit love you, and I appreciate you so much. And I hope that you know that.
Yeah, I love you too, baby. I do know that. And I appreciate everything you do for us and me. Very grateful.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Simmons. And until next time, remember, I love you, but God loves you more. Bye, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Follow me on Facebook at Demo with Mo. If you have any questions you would like answered here live on my podcast, email them to me at demowithmo@gmail.com. That's DEMOWITHMO@gmail.com.